voter apathy, for example. Young people are not interested in, participating in the elections in that sense. But are they also running? Maybe, maybe they're not voting, but are they running for office, and are they winning in that case?
Mariam, I'll tell you for sure that young people mostly do not run because chances of getting elected are very minimum. I'll tell you for a fact that in 2022 general elections, according to statistics by IBC, about 4,300 young people ran for different positions across the country. And when you look at the number of people again who are elected, young people, just about 335 thereabout, young people getting elected out of the 3,400 thereabout. Yeah. That's just about 7%. So already you can see the chances of a young person getting elected are very minimum. And so many young people would not run just by the fact that the chances of them getting elected are minimum. But secondly, our politics is very expensive. Our politics without money is just as good as not running, because our people are so used to handouts that a young person who just left campus, for example, or who is just starting in their career would not have the much resources that are supposed to run a successful campaign. And therefore, financing a campaign in Kenya, be it an MCA or a governor or a president, is very expensive, especially for the young people, and therefore they do not have the resources. Yeah. The second thing that also affect the young people is the cultural barriers. A lot of people in our society would still see young people as not being able to lead, which is a very wrong narrative. And therefore you'd be asked very many questions. Are you married? Do you have a home? And many other things.
Wanasemanga huyu ana mtoto atarun county aje.
If you can't run a home, how can you run a county?
Those are some of the things, especially the finances and cultural barriers. Those are the two critical things. And of course that perception that now I'm going to run, but I might not. The chances of me clinging this position is just 7%. Based by going by the statistics that we've just seen about the 2022 general election.
Just to be clear, when you say young people, 4,300 ran, that's people under 35, yes?
Under 35.
Which is still quite old when you think our average age is 19. You know?
True. Yeah, you have a point. And of course, as we finish, we'd like to just know, how do we break the barriers as young people? How does the government, how do the people who have interest in the young people participating in politics break these barriers? Because we know politics to be attractive for the lifestyle, but we've not known it to be attractive or incentivized for the impact. Because what wanasemanga ni stories za jaba, manifesto ni stories za jaba, because you get in with the manifesto, but as soon as you get to power, then nothing changes. Talk to us about how we can incentivize politics for the youth.
Well, I think one thing that the government and especially elected leaders should do is to live up to their promises. If you promise the young people employment, give the young people employment. If you promise the community a road, do the road. If you promised better healthcare, do that. That way, many young people would feel that actually the leaders that they are electing are working for them. And the other thing about now, as we also answer to reasons as to why young people are not running for office, there are other ways in now how we can increase the participation of young people in elections. Is one, let's implement the Election Finance Act of 2013, which has been postponed since then up now, because that was supposed to put some cap into the amount of money that political aspirants are supposed to spend. And that way maybe it will give a fair playing ground for the young people who are just joining politics. Secondly, a lot of civic education needs to be done, especially in the communities. Let our people be educated that nobody's always too young to lead. There is capacity in the young people of this country. They have a lot of potential to take this country to the next level. And therefore, it's a running call that the society should be educated about the capacity of the young people to actually lead. And that some of the things that they see as hindrances as to why young people cannot lead do not actually matter at the end of the day. The capacity is more important, and young people should then be given an opportunity.
Thank you so much, Elvis, for creating time to talk to us this morning. How can we find you, and how can we delve deeper into such conversations?
I think we can continue the conversation online on Twitter at Elvis _Wambura, on Facebook Elvis Wambura, Instagram Elvis Wambura, on Threads, which is now of course
Everybody just
Threads.
laughs when they say Threads because it's so new.
Yeah.
They're not sure. Should I share?
Should I
Should
share?
I say
Yeah.
Threads? Should I not?
Yeah.
So that I'm also still at Elvis Wambura.
Yeah.
So we can continue this conversation, and I'm so happy to have been part of this conversation.
Yeah.
And the last thing I can say is the young people of this country have capacity,
Yeah.
and they should be given a chance to participate, and not only to participate, but to participate meaningfully in the governance processes of this nation.
Absolutely.